Alright, this next video is going to be all about taking and ripping edges in Blender. So if you're not familiar with what ripping edges is, basically it's a way to be able to take a face and be able to separate the edges off of the face. So that can be useful, especially if you're trying to make flooring or anything else in Blender. So I'm going to show you one way that you can use it. So let's say, for example, that you come into Blender and you have a simple plane. And you take this plane and you go ahead and you do some loop cuts. Okay, so you got 3 loop cuts on here. And let's say that you want to be able to eventually turn this into boards that you can use for flooring. Okay, so what you can do is you could go into edge select mode by pressing 2, select those boards, hit V to rip the objects. Okay, you'll see that that allows you to move them independently, and then right click and they'll release back in place. So as of right now, it still looks like they're on the same piece. If you hit and tab back into object, there's still one selection to move the whole thing, so they stay together. And what you can do is you can actually select all the faces in here, extrude it up. Okay, so now we've got 4 what looks like boards that are all stick together. Okay, I can come over here and I can add in some modifiers. So let's say I wanted to add in a bevel modifier. Now normally if you add in a bevel modifier with something that just has loop cuts, it's only going to do these outside edges that it's going to bevel. Because I ripped those edges before I extruded it up, what it's going to do is allow me to do this separately. So what you'll see is as I add in some additional segments and some additional beveling, you can actually get a pretty cool board effect. Okay, so for simple boards that you want to be able to do, that's an easy way to be able to do it. And you can right click and shade auto smooth when you have the object selected, and they look pretty good as boards. And then you can go in and you can take and add some materials to it like you normally would. I'm just going to take and grab a regular wood texture that I got on here. Okay, and you could just take these textures and just throw it on here. Okay, and so what you see is it's got all the different pieces. They're all next to each other, so they're lined up perfectly, but they also look like they're separate boards. So hopefully that helps you. Just a quick little tip. It's all about ripping. Again, that command is V to rip it. You can only do it in edit mode. You can only do it on the edges, and you can only do it when it is on a plane. If you have like a cube or something like that, it's not going to let you rip it because it's got edges all the way around. So make sure you're doing it on a plane before you extrude the edges and start building up your object. So hopefully that helps. Enjoy Blender and good luck.